Hello, my name is Fiona, and I'm a certified teacher and a Praxis coach with Study.com. Are you planning on taking the Praxis Core Math test? These practice problems cover the full range of topics that you can expect to see on the exam: number and quantity, data interpretation and representation, statistics and probability, and algebra and geometry. You will have access to a 4-function calculator. There are 3 question types in this problem set: selected response, which is multiple choice with 1 answer, selected response with multiple answers, and numeric entry. Let's review the types of questions you can expect to encounter on the exam. Let's get started. Problem number 1. Find the percentage that represents 12 out of 96. Which of the following is the correct answer? So we've got these. Let's do the math and work it out. 12 out of 96 is equal to, we can divide the top and the bottom by 12. So that is 1, and it's 12 times 8 equals 96. So our fraction is 1/8. What is 1/8 as a percentage? So that means x over 100. So we need to find what 8 times x equals 100, what that x is. So to find that, we now need to divide 100 by 8. 8 goes into 10 one time. 8 goes into 20 2 times. Now we're going to have to add a 0 so we can put a decimal. 8 goes into 45 times. So the answer is 12.5%. Let's see, 17.5%, 12.5%, 19, 21. Is there another way to look for this? If we want to just use mental math, 1 out of 4 is equal to 25%, and half of 1/4 is 1/8, and half of 25% is 12.5%. So double checking, 12.5% is the correct answer. Problem number 2. A rectangular garden has a length of 8.5 meters and a width of 4.25 meters. If you want to add a border around the garden that is 0.75 meters wide on each side, what will be the new total area of the garden in square meters? Write your answer in the box below. So that means there's no multiple choice. We have to do the sums, the figures, and then write the answer in here. So the original length is 8.5 meters. The original width is 4.25 meters. And we are adding on the width 0.75 twice, there and there. So that is 1.5 additional meters. And for the length, it's the same, 0.75 there and 0.75 there for 1.5 additional meters. So let's add those up. And here, 5, 7, and 5. So the area of a rectangle is length times width. So we simply multiply these two together. 5.75 times 10 is equal to 57.5. And it's in meters squared. So now we have to fill that in here. 57.5 meters squared is the correct answer. Problem number 3. A car travels at a constant speed of 60 miles per hour. How far will the car travel in 2.5 hours? Let's do the math. This one is very straightforward. We simply multiply the number of hours by the constant speed. So 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 6 is 30, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 6 is 12. And we add those up. We've got 1 decimal place, so we put the decimal there, and we end up traveling 150 miles. The math doesn't lie. Problem number 4. In the decimal number 512.674, what is the digit in the hundredths place? So let's write the number down. 512.674. And we're looking at the hundredths place. So we know that is going to be on the right side of the decimal. We've got hundreds, tens, units, and then on the right side of the decimal we have tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So the hundredths place is the 7. So 7 is the correct answer. 1 is the tens place, 5 is the hundreds place, and 4 is the thousandths place. 7 is the correct answer. Problem number 5. Which pizza flavors will have less than 400 boxes ordered by week 11? Select all that apply. So select all that apply indicates to us that there could be more than one correct answer in this multiple choice question. And again, it says select one or more. So there is at least one correct answer and possibly 2 or more. The story here is that a pizza parlor recently opened and the owner is closely monitoring the performance of their business. The graph above shows the quantity ordered of different pizza flavors as a function of time. So now we have to predict which ones will have less than 400 boxes ordered by week 11, and we've gone from 0 to week 10. So let's look first at the ones that definitely will not be less than 400 just by eyeballing, and that is pepperoni, because it starts at 300 in week 0, and at week 10 it's at 700. So it is not going to, if it keeps on the same trajectory, it will not be less than 400. We can eliminate that. Anchovy started at 100 in week 0 and is already at almost 500 in week 10, so we can eliminate that. The only other one is mushroom, but we are going to need to calculate that. And we calculate that by calculating slope. So slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we've got our values from the graph, and now let's calculate slope. So we've got y2 as 2.2 and y1 as 2 over 1 minus 0, and that is equal to 0.2 over 1, which is equal to 0.2. So this is the slope for mushroom. Now let's find the slope for cheese. We've got 5.8 minus 6 over 1 minus 0, which is equal to negative 0.2 over 1, which is equal to a slope of negative 0.2. We have our values now for shrimp, so let's plug them into the formula and find the slope for that as well. So we've got 7.6 minus 8 over 1 minus 0, and that is equal to negative 0.4 over 1, which is equal to a slope of negative 0.4. To calculate week 11 and find out whether the quantity is over or under 400, then we need to use this formula. Y11, week 11 equals Y10 plus slope. So now we can calculate the value for week 11 because we've got the week 10 values for Y and we've got the slope. So let's start with mushroom. Week 11 is equal to 3.6 plus 0.2, which is equal to 3.8. Which pizza flavors will have less than 400 boxes ordered by week 11? Mushroom will be one of them. Next, for cheese. Our week 10 value is 4, and we're adding negative 0.2, and that is also equal to 3.8. So it will be under 400 as well. And at last we have shrimp. It's equal to 4.6 plus negative 0.4, which is equal to 4.2. So that is still above 400. So the only two flavors that will have less than 400 boxes ordered by week 11, they are mushroom and cheese. Problem number 6. Which of the following is the mean of their scores? So a class of 6th graders took a science test. 5 out of the 30 students were randomly chosen. Their scores were recorded in the table above. So now we are looking for the mean of their scores, and mean is equal to average. How do you find the average? You add up all of the scores and then divide it by the number in the data set. So there are 5 in this data set. So let's do just that. 24 plus 16 plus 18 plus 25 plus 28. So we have 10, 26, 31. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 111 is the total of these 5 students' scores. Now to find the mean or the average, we have to divide 111 by 5. So 111 divided by 5. 5 goes into 11 2 times. 5 goes into 11 2 times again. 5 goes into 10 2 times. So the average score is 22.2. Let's look. 25.4, 19.5, 21.8, 23.6, and we've got our answer there, 22.2. The math has it. Problem number 7. A study on population of students finds that 80% of the sampled students prefer online learning. If the sample is large enough and reliable, what inference can be made about the preference for online learning in the entire student population? Less than 80% of the entire student population prefers online learning. Exactly 80% of the entire student population prefers online learning. Approximately 80% of the entire student population prefers online learning, or more than 80% of the entire student population prefers online learning. Let's go through each. Less than 80% prefers online learning. This inference lacks support without evidence of bias, contradicting the reliable sample showing 80% preference. So we can cross that out. Exactly 80% prefers online learning. This is too precise. Sampling involves a margin of error, so the actual percentage could vary. So we can eliminate that as well. Approximately 80% prefers online learning. This is the correct inference. A reliable, large sample suggests about 80% preference, with possible variations. So this is correct, and let's look at the last one. More than 80% prefers online learning, unjustified without evidence of underrepresentation in the sample, contradicting the reliable findings, thus stating that approximately 80% of the population prefers online learning is the most statistically sound and cautious conclusion, reflecting typical practices in inferential statistics where outcomes are interpreted as estimates within confidence intervals. So approximately 80% is the correct answer. Problem number 8. Which of the following observations corresponds to the given scatter plot? The lemonade sales stay constant regardless of the temperature outside. The lemonade sales are erratic regardless of the temperature outside. The lemonade sales decrease when the temperature increases. The lemonade sales decrease when the temperature decreases. So a scatter plot graph that shows data points trending upward on both the x and y axes indicates a positive correlation between the two variables being plotted. This means that as the value of the variable on the x-axis increases, the value of the variable on the y-axis also tends to increase. And that's what's happening here. This relationship suggests that the variables are associated in such a way that changes in one variable are mirrored by changes in the other in the same direction. So in this case, on this scatter plot, both the temperature is increasing and the sales of lemonade are increasing. Given that, the opposite will be also the case. So the lemonade sales stay constant regardless of the temperature outside. That is not supported. The lemonade sales are erratic. That is not supported. There's a very distinct pattern. The lemonade sales decrease when the temperature increases. That is that would be the opposite. So that is incorrect. The lemonade sales decrease when the temperature decreases. This is correct. Problem number 9. Angeles bought 5 apples at X price. Which of the following represents an expression of the change she received if she gave a $50 bill? So these are our options. Let's do the math to find the answer. Angela started with a $50 bill. She bought 5 apples at X price, so that's 5X. What is her change? Very simply, $50 minus 5X is equal to the change that Angeles received. So let's see if we can find that. $50 plus 5X? No. $30 minus X? Not. $50 minus 5X? Yes. $40 minus 4X? No. I don't know where they got these numbers from, but it has to be minus. So this is the correct answer. Problem number 10. Given x squared equals 16, which of the following are the results of x? So we are given x squared equals 16. So we need to find the square root of 16, which is equal to 4 or -4. Because 4 squared equals 4 times 4 equals 16. -4 squared equals -4 times -4 equals 16 as well. So we are going to be looking for the answer that has x equals 4 and x equals -4. And that's not it. Cannot be -16. Cannot be 16 at all. X equals 4 and x equals -4. And that is the correct answer. Problem number 11. Determine the solution to the following equation. 0.3m plus 4 equals 0.5 times, in brackets, m plus 4. So let's work this out. 0.3 plus 4 is equal to 0.5 m plus 4. The first thing we need to do is get rid of the brackets. So let's do that. 0.5 times m is 0.5m plus 0.5 times 4 is 2. So that's what we have. Let's move all of the whole numbers to one side. We'll take away 2 from this side and 2 from this side. So now we have 0.3m plus 2 equals 0.5m. Now let's subtract 0.3m from each side, and we're left with 2 equals 0.2m. So now we need to divide by 0.2. 2 divided by 0.2. It's easier to get rid of this, so let's do 2 and 20. 20 divided by 2, which is equal to 10. Very straightforward. And there is our answer. M equals 10. We can plug it in. 0.3 times 10 plus 4 equals 0.5, 10 plus 4. 0.3 times 10 is 3 plus 4 is equal to 0.5 times 10 is 5. 0.5 times 4 is 2. And we get 7 equals 7. So indeed 10 is the correct answer. Problem number 12. What is the length of side LN? So I'm going to call side LN X. And triangle ABC is similar to triangle LMN. What does that mean? What does similar mean? Similar means they are proportional. It could mean the proportion is 1 to 1, but in this case we can see that it's not. LMN is smaller than ABC. So this line corresponds with this line, LM to AB, and that's 9 to 12, which is 3 to 4, which is 75%. So LMN is 75% the size of ABC. Angles are the same, but the sides are different lengths, but proportional. So we need to find X, and we know AC, so AC is 10, and the ratio is 3 to 4, so we can put X there. 10 times 3 is 30. We need to find X, so we need to divide 30 by 4. 4 goes into 30 7 times. We get 28, 2, and then we put a decimal. 20. 4 goes into 25 times. So X is equal to 7.5 centimeters. All right, is that up here? Not there. Up, there it is. 7.5 centimeters. Not the rest. It's not 50% or 62.5% or 25%. It's 75%. And so that is the correct answer. Problem number 13. The following rectangle has a length of 10 centimeters and a perimeter of 32 centimeters. What is the width, W? What is the formula for finding the perimeter? Perimeter is equal to 2L plus 2W, length and width. In this case, we know the perimeter is 32, and we know the length is 10. So we have 32 equals 210 plus 2W. 32 equals 20 plus 2W. Take 20 off each side, and we get 12 equals 2W. Divide each side by 2, and we get W equals 6. So the width is 6 centimeters. There we have it. We can plug the numbers in just to make sure. 32 is equal to 2 times 10 plus 2 times 6. 32 equals 20 plus 12, and that checks out. So 6 centimeters is definitely the correct answer. Problem number 14. What is the circumference of the circle? So what is the formula for the circumference? Let's begin there. Circumference equals 2 pi r. What is the formula for the area? Area equals pi r squared. So we know the area. the area is equal to 576 pi centimeters squared, which is equal to pi r squared. So we can take pi out, and we need to find the square root of 576, so we can isolate r. And that is, using our calculators, 24. R equals 24. So now we can plug that into the formula for the circumference. Circumference equals 2 times 24 pi, which is equal to 48 pi, and we're in centimeters, so the correct answer is 48 pi centimeters, which is our first option. This one's a trick. If you forget to plug it into the formula for the circumference, you might end up with this, which would be the wrong answer, as are the rest. So the math has it at 48 pi centimeters. I trust I was able to clarify the types of questions you will find on the Praxis Core Math exam. Please remember to like and subscribe to this channel so that with Study.com's help, you will feel confident and prepared on exam day. Bye for now.